The Kuwaiti dinar holds a position unique in global commerce, consistently maintaining a conversion rate that dwarfs the US dollar 3-to-1. This fiscal weight is anchored in the geography. A single strip of coastline controls nearly 8% of the planet's known petroleum reserves. For the foreign specialists who engineer these extractions or manage the resulting capital, the state offers a rare incentive: absolute zero personal income tax. This wealth is not an open invitation. It is a sovereign fortress, accessible only to those who meet the specific requirements of the state. Accessing this tax-free environment requires navigating a gauntlet of extreme bureaucratic and environmental barriers. High-speed luxury is the visible surface, but the underlying reality is defined by the physical and financial costs required to remain within the perimeter. To enter, one must first clear the outermost filter, the physical border. Entry protocols are strictly stratified. While citizens of 50 nations can secure a standard e-visa, most of the global workforce, including millions of Indian nationals, requires a pre-vetted corporate sponsor. Even a confirmed high-salary contract is insufficient on its own. Long-term residency triggers mandatory entry into a strict medical loop. This diagram illustrates the requirements: aggressive physical health screenings, and biometric locks that every worker must clear before the state issues a civil ID card. The physical border functions as a biological and background filter, ensuring only optimal assets enter the national workforce. Inside the fortress, the sheer mass of the dinar instantly compresses the value of foreign cash. 1,000 US dollars yields only about 300 units of the local currency. Daily life reflects the strength. A standard meal costs $20, while modern housing in expat hubs like Salmiya can easily exceed $1,200 per month. These costs are balanced by the tax-free yield. Specialized corporate advisors and medical experts routinely take home salaries ranging from $4,000 to $8,000 a month. This high baseline of expense acts as an economic sieve, pricing out anyone lacking specialized high-yield skills. The reward for this financial barrier is a climate of near-total safety. Dense police patrols and surveillance networks ensure violent crime is rare, making the streets secure at any hour. Social life is concentrated within massive, temperature-controlled megamalls and private beach clubs along the Persian Gulf. The culinary ecosystem centers on Machboos, an aromatic rice dish prepared with cardamom, saffron, and slow-roasted Gulf fish or lamb. However, this lifestyle has hard societal boundaries. Alcohol is strictly prohibited nationwide, a ban that extends even into international luxury hotels. The environment presents the final physical challenge. Summer temperatures regularly exceed 50 degrees Celsius, often accompanied by intense, high-density dust storms. Financial gain in Kuwait is predicated on total submission to both strict societal laws and a punishing hyper-arid climate. The final internal barrier is an active state policy known as Kuwaitization. As this chart demonstrates, the government aggressively caps new general expat work visas, systematically reserving employment slots for its own citizens. This restriction leaves only a narrow path for foreign labor, primarily for petroleum engineers and high-level banking consultants. The state functions with the exclusivity of a private corporation, prioritizing its native shareholders over the global labor market. These compounding restrictions represent a flawlessly executed macroeconomic strategy. The foundation was laid in 1961, when Kuwait introduced the dinar to replace the Gulf rupee. By anchoring the currency to massive state sovereign wealth and managed oil baskets, Kuwait has kept its purchasing power at the global top spot for over 6 decades. Kuwait demonstrates that achieving this level of global financial leverage requires rigid internal discipline and uncompromising exclusivity. Would you trade standard Western lifestyle freedoms for a corporate career inside a hyper-secure, tax-free fortress? Share your perspective in the comments below and subscribe to stay real. Next stop, the rugged alpine paradise of Kyrgyzstan.